I think that the future of Michigan basketball is bright, and boy, I was watching these two coaches thinking, man, this could happen again. I could see this happening again and again and again. The days of the Izzos and the older coach, not that I stick around forever, Izzo, once you're there. But we're starting to get a little younger and things are changing. And I love how we look for that future. And now kids are going to want to come to play for Dusty. And we're excited. Fab Five cast on True TV. Stayed away from it at first just because I didn't want it to jinx the game. I got this, jinx of the Bambino type of thing like the Red Sox had before they won their national championship. And I was wondering if these guys were the reason, something that happened with the program. Is that the reason why we've been struggling so much? But glad to see we're off the hump. And it was really good to see all those guys together. My heroes, man. I graduated high school in 1997, and the Fab Five had a huge impact on me. The bench players on that team had an impact on me. I met some of them, through camps and different things that I went to. Of course, Glenn Rice is, in my mind, one of the greatest ever, right, that played for Michigan. There's a rich history here, and I grew up just wanting to be like these guys, and they had so much swag and style, and the black socks and everything about them was just so cool to me. And growing up in Lansing, this is Michigan State territory that I'm growing up in. It was kind of difficult to be a Michigan fan. There were others, and I stayed true to it. I didn't know why I was a Michigan fan. I remember one time asking my dad, and he said that we were watching TV, and I saw an Anthony Carter, his helmet, and the number 1 jersey, and something about that I liked, and that made me an instant fan of them. And my dad being Cincinnati born, went to Xavier and Cincinnati. That's the best basketball rivalry in the world, by the way, for all you that don't know. It's the University of Cincinnati and Xavier in Cincinnati, best rivalry, hands down, hands down. I'll argue anybody. But with that type of history from my father moving to Lansing, he supported Michigan State a lot more than Michigan, right? Because we had a lot of ties to Michigan State. Even took my brother in 1988 to the Rose Bowl when Michigan State went. Lorenzo White was the running back, I believe. And they had a event at Magic's house out there, and I got a picture. It's blurry. I got a picture of my dad on this balcony shaking hands with Magic. So that's pretty cool. But he knew I wouldn't want to go, so he took me in 91 when Bo Schembechler's last year, 91, played USC. And another great experience, man. And to be out there with a Michigan shirt on, you know what team you cheer for. That was an away game. USC that's a home game, the Rose Bowl. But great experiences, all brought to me by my father, and him noticing that his son was really into something, and him keeping me engaged with that thing that I was into.